come to seek in common assembly a new vision of the community of women and men in the church, a vision that would encourage women to explore and affirm their full contribution, and would encourage men to take seriously and self-critically a new relationship on the partnership between women and men. And women who came from churches and circles of study in India and all over Africa and Thailand, and an extraordinary meeting. Dorothy Austin and I were drawn magnetically to Sheffield that summer. We were not official delegates of any shape and kind. We were basically traveling home from India, but couldn't resist stopping for a day or so, and it was really just a remarkable experience, even hanging around the edges of that conference. Connie writes about it, along with the clarification of identity, there is also a symbolic change taking place, a search for new forms of communication and language. Women whose voices have been absent not from history but from recorded history are now speaking. Out of the silence, new images and uses of language are emerging. The concrete, practical language of names, communities, vocations, emphasized more than the language of projection and generalization. And we certainly know this sitting in theological schools where the language is often so highfalutin, doesn't have anything to do with the lives and voices and vocations of women, and still, or of anyone really. And the names are named. The names are named. So, there is so much more to say about the contribution of Connie Parvey. But I will say that here in Cambridge, from Harvard Square to Harvard Divinity School, and then to MIT, in this remarkable new sort of phase of ministry, drawing together faith communities, not only the Christians but others, participating in a new multi-faith ministry at MIT. This is just a remarkable contribution, and it is such an honor to have known Connie through these years, and such an honor to be able to name her name so many times this morning. And I will say, in conclusion, that there are many who know that we have come here today, Melanie May being one of them, who is now at Colgate Rochester Theological School, who wrote her PhD thesis under the title Bonds of Unity on this whole community study project. And also, I would say, we had a dinner last night with Karen Armstrong, and she also remembers when you brought her to MIT and took her out to an Afghan restaurant nearby. She's been so many places, but the fact she remembered this with great, great clarity and gratefulness, and wanted us to extend her great greetings to you this morning as well. So when the Circle of Names campaign was launched in November 2009 at the Assembly, the General Assembly of the NCC in Minneapolis, Constance Parvey was the first woman named to the campaign by a man, by the Reverend Dr. Michael Kinnaman, the General Secretary of the National Council of Churches. And today it is a great honor to be able to say your name again, the first and repeated name that we honor this morning. Thank you so very much. And I believe that Chapter